Abusunya Kennedy Agyapong Japan or the futu kese pa ama Ghana for especially the youth. Abusunya mepese ebeko nya kwa kotie bi.
Who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is an individual who takes risk to create businesses and also enjoy the rewards. Simple put. But if we talk about entrepreneurship, I know you are all educated, and therefore you have pretty good knowledge about entrepreneurship. But what you learned in the classroom, although it's applicable when we are really doing business, but there are certain things that are not taught in the classrooms, and which I want to do justice to it, so that you become informed with what you have learned in school and what you are going to be confronted with as an entrepreneur when you come out of college. First, I'll use myself as an example to motivate those of you here, especially the young men and women who have decided to come, leaving everything, your studies. I hear some of you have exams, just to come and listen to me. I will share my personal experience with you for you to know that entrepreneurs are not born, but they are made. Entrepreneurs are made, they are not born. So those of you who take consolation and say that, oh, entrepreneurs are born and therefore if I'm not an entrepreneur, businesses. Now, we have 7 qualities of an entrepreneur. First, I want the students to write it down. First is vision. Second is courage. Third is integrity. Fourth, focus. 5, foresight. 6, courage. And 7, cooperation. When you have these 7 areas and you focus on it, you can be an entrepreneur. But this side of the world, I want to bring it home to you that to be an entrepreneur, first, you need to have the vision that I'm not going to work for an organization for the rest of my life, but I want to also employ people. When you have that vision, it means you are preparing yourself to become an entrepreneur, one who will create businesses and opportunities for others also to enjoy. And this vision, those who have a vision is those who think of the future. They are not complacent of today, but rather think of tomorrow, what they are going to do. When we have such people believing in the future, then you can say that they have a vision. It is not only the vision. You need to be courageous. You need to take bold decisions. That is what we call in economics risk. You have to take risk. Why it is necessary to take risk is that all of us have dreams to be somebody in future. But the courage to take your destiny into your own hands, if you are not a risk taker, you cannot be an entrepreneur. So to be an entrepreneur, you have to take risk for unknown tomorrow. So to raise capital, you need savings. You should have the power to save every money that comes to you. When you have saved enough capital, or when you have saved enough to use it as capital, then comes what you think to do with the money. What business am I going to do? You will be going around to check and see which business will help you, or you're going to make money out of it. So you need to do right investment. And the capital, even in the Bible, what I always say is that it says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and you will see the difference, that it will come to a point that you employ your own classmates to be working for you. So the power of savings, wise investment, will be your trump card over all your colleagues. When you have invested all these monies, you need to work hard. If not, you're going to lose everything that you have saved. Working hard simply means we are here. We are all working at Central University. In Central University, we all make 8 hours, 100 cities. Hypothetically, 100 cities for 8 hours. Who will take the 4 hours extra makes more money than the one who took only 8 hours, because the extra income comes from the extra hours that you put in. So 2 of you who will have the highest purchasing power, the one who works more hours and make more money, obviously will have bigger or higher purchasing power. Than the one who worked for 8 hours. To establish a business, people keep asking me. This morning when I was coming, a friend of mine asked me, "Well, are you sleeping?" I said, "Oh, how?" "I'm on my way to airport. From there, I'm going to campaign office." And he said, "In tree, hey, oh, because 7 o'clock, I'm almost there. Going to do 1 or 2 things before we come home." You have to work hard. You don't have to be complacent with whatever situation you are in and think you are content with it. In business, you have to be greedy. You have to be greedy and work for more money. And don't be complacent that, "Oh, my 8 hours is enough for me to rest." Such people who believe in the 8 hours will not be the same as people who believe in 12 hours. 12 hours obviously will make more money than the 8 hours. So you have to work hard. After working hard, what else? Every diligence of you becoming an entrepreneur, the key to success is honesty. Because when you are doing entrepreneurship, you don't get it in the classroom teachings that the lecturers give. Honesty is key to success. Why I say this is that I have a company that produces plastics, like the water bottles, and the suppliers give credit for 120 days. One of the suppliers came to Ghana to meet me, and when he was coming, he has read about my profile and everything. He came to me and said, "Honorable, I want you to help me retrieve my $70,000 from a gentleman." Why? or the guy took materials worth $70,000 and never paid for 2 years. Do you think such a man will succeed in business? Because in the same industry, they know each other. So when your name goes to company A, it tells company B. By the time you realize you are cut off and you are not going to get product materials anymore. So honesty is key to success. Everything that you do, if you have agreement with a company, a friend, anybody that you have agreement with, that when this business is done, you have this profit and I'm going to give it to you. Make sure you honor that. If you honor that, he'll give you more money or invest more money, and next time you give him 100 and you will make double out of it. But whatever is given to you, if you are dishonest and you keep the money, I'm afraid no business will be dealing with you anymore. And by the time you realize your business has collapsed. So honesty, not only in business, every endeavor, honesty is key to success. If you are not honest, you will definitely not succeed in life. But with all this side of Africa, we have challenges as entrepreneurs or businessmen who are aspiring to a greater heights, have challenges. What are some of the challenges? The challenges, one, is our own attitude towards work. Our attitude towards work. I'm sorry, I have to speak the truth. Most of us, or many of us, our attitude towards work is horrible. Why do I say this? I'm sorry, I have to tell you the truth again. Today, we were ready to get to Central University at 10. That is why I go to my campaign office at 7. When we were ready to set off, we had a call that we have to wait because the school is not ready. I have to tell you the truth. Such things do not help productivity, time management. This side of the world, we don't manage our time. And because of our attitude, that when you are invited to a party and they say 10 o'clock or Ghana time, it is only Ghana that they have a different time. When it's 10 o'clock, it's 12. Such attitude do not help businesses. That is why, in terms of businesses, Africans are considered underdogs. So if you want to succeed in life and be a different businessman or entrepreneur, change your attitude. If 7 is 7, if you know 7, you are not going to make it like you did. Again, I praise you for that. At least you drew our attention that the 10 o'clock is not possible. Then we know that this is what we have to do. Anybody who manages his time, anybody who has a positive attitude will definitely succeed in life than those who don't have positive attitude and they do things the way they want. That's the challenge we have here as an entrepreneur. Then also, we are doing business. That our competitors who are foreigners always knock us out of business with the locals or the citizens. Why? They have access to capital. Access to capital. If you are going for a loan to expand your business, the hassle you will go through even to get capital to expand the business. It's not easy. You go through hell. Before the bank will believe you, you have to strip naked for them to know the kind of underwear that you are wearing before they accept your proposal. Even when we have been accepted to get the loan, which I advise each and everybody here, I'm not trying to destroy banks, and I'm trying to guide you how to protect your business and interests. Try as much as you can to refrain from loans. Loans. We have ridiculous rates in this country, hovering between 30 to 35%. Whereas our competitors coming from China, India, Lebanon, UK, whatever they come from, come with a loan with interest between 3 to 5%. How are we going to compete with them? That is why you see that Ghanaian entrepreneurs are only doing the small scale businesses. And the large scale businesses you find in this country are owned by foreigners because they get cheaper loans, come in and invest, and their cost of production is cheaper than us because of high interest rate that we take. So one of the challenges is the loan that we take is so expensive that it's not been easy for anybody. Again, another problem we have in this country is culture. Our culture impedes progress. And if you have the same culture in your organization, it impedes the progress of the organization. Why? Here in Ghana, if somebody steals from my company and I fire him, you have Reverend Minister coming to bed, politicians like my colleagues calling me, you have your relatives, your uncle, your father, your grandfather, all of them coming to you to plead with you. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the developed countries, when you are fired, you are fired. Nobody comes to beg for you. Then again, here, when you are fired, you can go to your mother's house, you can go to your father's house, and at least you will eat. In the developed countries, you have to pay your rent. Even if you are staying with your mother, you pay rent. You have to buy food. You have to take care of yourself. And if you lose your job, there is no pastor coming to beg. There is no uncle coming to beg. There is no politician coming to beg. That is why the systems are working elsewhere and it is not working here. So if you want to succeed, I tell you the truth, even your own family, don't employ them. Let them stay home. Don't employ your own family. Let them stay home. When you make the money, you take good care of them. That will say, oh, Uncle Ken, well, you're nice. But if you give him a job and he doesn't do it and you sack him, your cousin will come and a family and 3 more than it and one purpose you have for yourself. Meanwhile, if you don't sack them, they will collapse the business, and these same relatives of yours will call you a useless man. A useless man. So you have to be bold and make sure you protect your interests. And your interest is to take firm decisions. You have to be strict. That's the only way you can make it. Because if you are working with a Chinese company and you get fired, will you get a politician to call the Chinese company? But in my case, you get my colleagues coming to beg. These are some of the disadvantages of Ghanaian entrepreneurs. So if you want to succeed, stay away from all these things and you'll be an exceptional entrepreneur. If not, whatever you've learned in books will not be applicable because of the mindset of the people. So young men and women here, I want you to take your destiny into your own hands and challenge yourself that if Kennedy Agyapong has done it, I can also do it. I was born and bred in a poor home, a village that there was no electricity, no water. The only chance I got to come to Accra was when I was in secondary school, Form 3 at Southern College. And every vacation, I was walking on the street, selling. Yes, pick a chocolate, with yes, raw. Yes, pick a chocolate, with yes, raw. Today, I have over 7,000 workers, and this year, I added 350,000.
Wow.
So use me as your role model and emulate whatever I have done. Study it and challenge yourself that if Kennedy Agyapong, you are fortunate to be in the university at the age of 22, 23. I went to Fordham University at the age of 33. After walking on the street, washing plates in Germany, driving taxi, and working at the bakery in America, I decided to go to university. And here we are today. So say to yourself, if Kennedy Agyapong has done it, I can do it too. Sorry, I said 350,000. I said 350. After the 7th camp, I added 350 this year. Now, let's talk about leadership. Enough of the entrepreneur. Leadership. A young man looked at me. The young man who was here reciting his poem. Look at me and say, focus. It is one of the visions or qualities of leadership. The first one is vision. Again, you get it in entrepreneurship. Second is quality. Third, integrity. Fourth, foresight. Fifth, humility. Sixth, focus. And third, cooperation. Let's take it one by one. To be a leader, you need to have a vision. You need to have a dream. Say to yourself that I am going to make sure in the next 10, 20 years, I will put Ghana on a different map for the whole world to see that we are created by God just like others. To have the vision. Challenge yourself. I never knew I was going to get to this point in life. But I have always said to myself, I will be a millionaire at the age of 40. Amen. That boy from a poor village, I was a millionaire at the age of 36. So I had a vision, I had a dream that one day I'm going to be somebody. The same way a leader who is leading a country, who is leading an organization should have a dream and a vision. What he's going to do for his country. And I have a vision, I have a dream. As a businessman, as an entrepreneur, young men and women here, vote for me to come to power and you see how I'll use businesses to change this country. A leader should have the courage. A leader should have the courage. If you don't have the courage, then step aside. Let me quote Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow said, and simply put, you will either step into growth or you will either step back into safety. I repeat what Abraham Maslow said. You will either step into growth or you will step backward into safety. What does that mean? You need to challenge yourself as a leader when you are leading people, when you are leading a country. And look, what is the problem my country is facing? I stand here as a Ghanaian, and on top of my head, I can tell you the challenge Ghanaians are facing, especially the youth of this country. When we have over 100,000 students coming out of every year, you have only 10% getting jobs. What happens to the 90%? You need a leader who is creative, a leader who is bold and courageous to say that, look, enough is enough. Let us change the status quo and change the narrative. If we do that, Ghana will see the glory during the independence time again in this country. So we need to be courageous. A visionary leader, a courageous leader who doesn't have integrity will not be able to achieve anything. So integrity is the most admirable of all the 7 qualities of a leader. If your people believe in you, that Kennedy Agyapong is honest, is credible, you will do it for us without taking bribes. You will get every citizen of this country to come on board. So without integrity, any leader who comes with force, pushing people here and there to accept his belief, will never work. So integrity is key. And a foresight. You should have a foresight that this is the level I want to take this country to. A man with a foresight is able to study the market or the conditions of his own country and say that, and make a projection that in the next 5 years, this is how far I want to go with my country's economy. This is how far I want to create job opportunities for my youth. I believe in you. If not the and we are going to confront the turbulence, the situations we are in today for a better tomorrow. So I'm focused. And to be a leader of this country, if you are not focused, you cannot lead this country. I want to stay focused. There are distractions here and there, but I close my ears, my eyes, and pretend I have not heard anything because I don't want any distraction. So we're going to do it. The last one of the 7 is cooperation. The cooperation is when you bring everybody together and they help you to achieve it. What I always refer to the cooperation is what we call in economics, I have my former deputy finance minister, the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rules is simply put, 20% of your workers who believe in your ideologies and work with you can give 80% of the company's results. That is what we call 80-20. So we are going to use cooperation to bring everybody on board in terms of development. And we can do it. Let's say to ourselves that yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
That's the only way we can change this country. We need the cooperation of everybody to move this country to a level where if 100,000 students come out of college, at least you have 80% of the 100,000 working. And those of you who have chosen to be here to listen to me, you are going to be the future entrepreneurs of this country. But today, you have a choice. You have a choice to stay in the classroom. You have a choice to do any other thing. And you chose to be here to listen to who entrepreneur is and who is a leader. Clap for yourself. So this afternoon, what we have learned, most of them, we don't get it in the classroom. It comes from personal experience. So I share this personal experience with you and give you confidence that each and every one here should take his destiny into his own hands and say that sky is the limit. Don't be complacent. Don't be a myopic thinker. Don't be complacent and think everything that you have is enough for you. Strive hard and make more money, create more businesses. That makes you a better person in society than anybody who did not come here to listen to this message. So young men, young women present here, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share these few ideas with you. And I know we are not going to get everybody to come on board to be an entrepreneur. But even if we get 10 out of the crowd gathered here, we've made a move. And definitely one day we'll benefit from it. So say to yourself, if Kennedy Agyapong has done it, I am also going to do it. And I can do it even better than Kennedy Agyapong. Thank you very much. God bless everything.